Sadler Ward back again with another review. Today we're going to talk about Luther on Amazon Prime, brought to you by BBC America. This show was a sleeper show, so I felt like I need to bring y'all up to speed and bring y'all in the loop. You in the loop with Sadler Ward. This is Sadler's weigh-in. Coming in at 200 pounds solid. Let's get into it. But first, got a couple things to tell y'all about. Hey everybody, what up world? It's your man Aqua back in the building. Got a lot to share, a lot to say, you know what I'm saying? Wanted to talk to y'all for a minute, man. I'm back, baby. That's what's up. I was supposed to go live on Jody's Corner, but so I had my Lakers stuff on, but Jody is never late and he never oversleeps. But I talked to him like 2 a.m. and he was like, yo, let's go live at 11. But it was no real plan, so he still technically is not late. However, since I'm all set up, all dressed up, no place to go, I figure I'll bring y'all something. Now, I've been slacking on y'all, keep it a buck, because I've seen Uncorked, I've seen Self-Made, I've finished Ozark, and y'all got nothing. I mean, it's hard. Movies are decent because you can come home from the movie and be like, okay, bet. Check it out. I just seen blah, 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 and it was like this, or it was like that. But in these days of the pandemic and what's going on, man, is a little difficult to watch 10 hours of something and then jump in and do a review. Most people do the review the next day or right after. I started doing something with Ozark where I'm checking in scene by scene, like on the pillow, you know what I mean? Just talking to y'all. We'll see how that works out, man, because that was good. Because I can just be like, oh my God, I can't believe he shot her. Click. And I'll edit it up later. So we'll see. That's my new technique. Giving y'all little bite-sized things because watching the whole, because I tried 3 episodes. And I'll bring it back around. Don't worry, I'm not rambling. Trust me, there's a method to all of this. So I tried to watch 3 episodes of Ozark. And I threw it up, and it didn't do numbers. And I don't think Luther is going to do numbers either. But those of y'all that rock with me know I got solid recommendations, man. So I burned through the whole season 1 of Luther. Now, during these times, we are running out of stuff to watch. There's plenty of online content, but a lot of times online content is low quality, mid, low grade. That's that Reggie. You know what I mean? So I want to give y'all that Cali Kush. You know what I mean? I don't smoke, but I know that that's the top tier. That chronic that Dre was rapping about. You know what I'm saying? So Sensamia. So I want top notch, top quality television for y'all. And if I don't like it, I might not even review it. You know what I mean? There was a food critic called Jonathan Gold here in LA. And he only reviewed restaurants he liked. If he didn't like the restaurant, he didn't even talk about it. Now, I know some of y'all want rants. And for things that I'm close to, like Star Wars or Avengers, I'll give y'all a rant. But I'm not invested in some of these shows. And some of these shows are great because we're going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel to look for good stuff to watch. So I am honored. I am thrilled. I am privileged. And I'm lucky to be able to share my thoughts on Luther with you. Okay? Now, Luther, I caught it on Amazon Prime. You know what I'm saying? I like Amazon Prime. I forgot I still had it because I was so wrapped up in other things. You know, when you see Netflix and it has that red bar and it's like new episodes, you're like, woof. Whenever the month change, I'm like, oof. So, Amazon Prime, if you got it, if you're lucky enough to have BBC America, that's awesome too, because that's the best place to get your Luther fix. Now, what I'm about to tell you, you might not be aware of, but even though I'm driving around LA and there's Luther billboards all over the place, come to find out, Luther was made in 2010. I don't know what time The Wire was over or when The Wire finished filming, but it sounds about right. Let me see when The Wire season season 5 was finished. Let me see. The Wire is the best show on television ever, in my opinion. If you never saw it, I suggest you take your time out during this quarantine and check it out. Now, The Wire filmed from 2002 to 2008. Now, my guess is that Idris Elba did 1 or 2 American movies while he was over here, and then the UK industry was like, yo, we want you back, bro. You've been going for too long. Get back over here. And a lot of people, there was a while right after The Wire when I was frustrated, like, why aren't these people working? You know what I'm saying? Where are they at? Where is Snoop? Felicia, I think her name is. Andre Arroyo. Dominic West was working right away. I still do not feel like Jamie from The Wire, what was his name? Marlo and Omar? Michael K. Williams? I don't think they're working enough. You see them here and there. But for the performances they put on, Michael B. Jordan is talented and he got to work right away. But there's a lot more people from The Wire that should be doing better in Hollywood. And Hollywood fronted on The Wire because they were left out. If The Wire was filmed in Los Angeles, the press would have been tripled, the support would have been tripled. You know, the fact that it took place in Baltimore, it could take place in no other place but Baltimore. But the fact that it took place in Baltimore hurt the brand. You know what I'm saying? Because any other city would have the power to make sure that was all in your face everywhere. I don't know what the climate was in Baltimore because it was such a dark show. There's Jody. Just woke up. Let's try at 12. I can't do it at 12. But I'll hit him right back after we finish. Luther, man. So Luther is the story of DCI John Luther. And I wanted to look up what DCI stands for. So if you know, put it in the bottom. Because they got DCI, DSU. They got DS, DSI. You know what I'm saying? So like all these people, I don't know if it's detective or what that stands for, but I'm going to try to put this on silent, but I don't know what that stands for. What does DCI stand for? If anybody knows, put it in the comments below. You know, isn't it, bruv? It's all love, bruv. Yo, so after watching Hot Boy, I'm on a London trip. I'm watching Luther now that takes place in London, man, and it's nice. I've been to London. Maybe if y'all ever want to see some of my pictures from London, I'll share them. I was a buck, though. That's your first trip. When you're really getting out of town, getting to Europe and all them places, Ireland or London, it's probably your first trip. It might be Paris. You know what I'm saying? But you could do Paris and London in the same trip. And this makes me want to go back to London. If Top Boy didn't make me want to go back, Luther does. Luther's a top-rate show, isn't it? Bullocks. So, yeah, man, love, bruv. That's my new saying. Picked it up off of Top Boy, and I'm going to run with it, man. So, starring Idris Elba, man. What can I say about Idris? Idris, I'm not a fan of British actors taking African-American roles. Okay? Not. Just not. I don't like it. I don't think it's fair. And I think that Americans are enamored and in awe of British actors. And now we're becoming in awe of British rappers. So a lot of times, I feel like when they come over here, um, and they come to the audition and they talk like that, they don't really talk like that, but that's an exaggeration. I'm not a I'm not an impersonator. However, when they come over with their accents and then they do an American accent, um, it's believable. But I don't think that they can use the script, but they can't make the nuances that they need to make like an American actor would make. I feel like they don't, they didn't live it. And I hate when they play slaves too. I think as an African American, only African Americans should play slaves, but Hollywood don't care. But sometimes in movies, we show them in the credits how we feel. So show them with your dollars. So, but Idris, man, I say that to say that Idris has re-educated me on the level of talent that one might have, man. He played a street thug. He went from playing a crook, Stringer Bell, to playing a cop, DCI, uh, Luther, John Luther is his name. And the name Luther is one of them names, some biblical sounding names like Luther. I know Martin Luther King, you skip past the Luther and you get from, Martin King is not enough, so Martin Luther King like carries it like James Earl Jones, you know what I mean? It's one of them heavyweight three names. You know what I'm saying? So Martin Luther King, that Luther name, though, that's a hard name. As Nori would say, that's hard. So Luther is one of those names where, it could be bad, it could be good. You don't know when you meet a Luther. Yeah, I mean, Luther Vandross was good, but, I'm sure some Luthers out there that's rough. And this DCI John Luther, the show Luther, he is a bit of a mixed bag, as they say, man. He's half good, half bad. He got a good heart, but he does some questionable things for the police chief. So I guess DCI stands for Detective Chief Investigator. You know what I'm saying? He's the governor. Everybody calls him governor. Gov, hey Gov. You know what I mean? Which is like, hey boss. Okay, I'll take it. He does some questionable things, but for a good reason. You know what I'm saying? I have a movie that I made where I say I'll get my hands dirty just to keep my money clean. He'll get his hands dirty just to catch the crook. But he's not doing drug stuff or anything like this. Now keep in mind, let me tell you one thing before I get deep into this movie, this series. It's a murder show. If you're weak of the stomach and you don't want to see blood, and it ain't a lot of blood, but it's very, very graphic. It's touchy on sex. It's touchy on monsters. And I don't mean sci-fi monsters. I mean human monsters. Bad people that do bad things. So if you're faint-hearted and you get easily excitable, this ain't for you, man. But if you like action, it ain't a lot of car chases, but it's not low budget. This is a high-thinking, high-level crime drama. If you in school for criminology or social science and you studying deviance, I think whoever wrote this movie definitely went to college. I keep calling it a movie, but it's more of a series, but it feels like a movie. Are an hour. This feels like a movie. The episodes are an hour long, and they move fast, man. You can burn through it. If we're locked in the house, it's COVID-19, and we are trying to figure out what the deal is, then we staying home watching movies. So this wouldn't have been my first pick, but because it was Idris Elba, I gave it a chance. And this was made in 2019, but guess what? It's a great watch. I'm on season 1, and I want to get into it. It's also starring Dermot Crowley, Michael Smiley as Benny Silver, Now, Dermot Crowley is like a DSU Martin Chink. Now, I don't know if that means he's a boss over the boss. Yeah, I mean, they had one boss. Warren uh, Brown, I believe, plays his like little understudy. If Idris Elba was Batman, this would be his Robin. And all right, Jody. Oh no, that's somebody else bothering me. Anyway, phone off. I need my phone on for certain things. I don't know what's going on with these people bothering me today, man. My phone don't ring. My phone don't ring unless it's about money. And that ain't about money. So, voicemail. That ain't Jody though. It's my nephew. But anyway, Warren Brown is a like a Boy Scout type. And the bond between him and Luther is so strong. You know what I'm saying? Paul McGinn, you got another character. Mike, the Benny Silver dude, is kind of like, he looks like one of the dudes from American Gangster. You know what I'm saying? So he's like a hippie kind of cop, but he plays video games and he's out the box. Stephen McIntosh, DCI, Ian Reed. I don't want to give you any spoilers on Stephen McIntosh, but his character went down a long, long road that I wasn't expecting him to go down, man. It was kind of weird, and it was involving the season finale, and they had a great season 1 finale. I'm only on season 1, but the good news is y'all can catch up. You can catch up and watch it with me right now because I'm on episode 1 of season 2, and I love season 1. You know what I'm saying? It was a little gory, it was a little cringe-worthy, but it was binge-worthy. It was a little hard to watch. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you who else is in here you might want to check for. His ex-wife, Idris Elba's ex-wife, is one of my favorite women. Mature woman. She ain't no 20-something. She is, easily in her 40s. She is the mother of the Sand Snakes from Game of Thrones. Indira Varma. You know what I'm saying? Indira played Arya Sand of the Sand Snakes. She kissed with the poison on her lips. She was so evil, and I could hate her. But you still kind of don't like her. You don't like her because she's his ex-wife. She's not his current. She's his current wife, but they're in a transition. They don't know what they gonna do, man. And she ain't treating Idris right. You feel for Idris like he's just a man in love, but he's obsessed with his work. So the fact that he put work before his woman, she couldn't deal with that. When they had a hard break and he had a mental break, she didn't stick by him. You know what I'm saying? So that's like episode 1, scene 1. So I'm not ruining anything. But you see from the beginning, they established very on that John Luther is not a good guy. He loves his people. Do not mess with his people. But he's not good at. He is not a good person. He's a good soul. You know what I'm saying? We all know people that do dirt on our block, that do nasty stuff and hurt people and things like that. But they might love us, and they'll do anything for us. And when you don't think the cops is gonna come or something like that, if you're not into calling the cops, you call that person. Hey, Uncle Johnny, man, come through, man. They hit my sister, man. They beat her up. We gotta do something. He's that person. That's who John Luther is. He just happened to become a police chief. You know what I'm saying? But above him, in the beginning, is Saskia Reeves. She plays his boss, and she on his side. But they brought somebody in that was against him, like internal affairs type dude. That was Dermot Crowley. You know what I'm saying? But Indira, man, she hasn't gotten too many big roles. She's on the other show I'm watching right now. She's the warden in Life. And she looks older. It just shows you how good lighting and good. That's why I fix my lighting in here. Good lighting makes a world of difference, man. Her skin looks smoother. Maybe she was younger. It was 10 years ago. But she's still a gorgeous woman. You know what I'm saying? One of the prettiest I've ever seen, in my opinion. Eyes just a little light brown, olive skin. I don't know if she's Indian or what she is. I know she's from Banks, I guess. She's from the UK, though. And she's just a very interesting woman. She had one shot where, anyway, I ain't gonna get into that. One shot, one dress didn't look right on her. It looked crazy. But they give her different hairstyles, and I could see how the Game of Thrones people were in awe of her. Like, yes, she could be an evil, powerful woman. You know what I'm saying? Because she plays a powerful woman in For Life on ABC right now. She played a powerful woman in Game of Thrones. And she has her own sense of power in Luther. She's a strong humanitarian lawyer. But she makes some strong choices, man, that I wouldn't have made. And she held him down. When it comes down to it, even though that's her ex, she held Idris Elba down. Speaking of holding Idris Elba down, let's talk about my favorite person in this series. She ain't even in every episode, but I just look forward to every scene that she lights up the screen, man. They dyed her hair red. I have never noticed her before. She was in Saving Mr. Banks. She was in the Lone Ranger, 2 Disney movies, you know what I'm saying? With Dominic West, which is like crazy because Dominic West worked with Idris on The Wire, you know what I'm saying? So he was McNulty. So for me to see Ruth Wilson, who I've seen many times and never even paid attention to her, she's one of the people I didn't see. But in this, her introduction is so intense. Her character is so dark. And I've seen an interview with her and she's laughing and bubbly and all this kind of stuff. But in this movie, she ain't playing no games. They start off as enemies and then they're kind of frenemies. And then they're bromantic, her and Idris. You know what I mean? They have a chemistry on screen that's just undeniable. I did not know Idris had this range. It's a Batman, Catwoman. He's a detective. So maybe that's what's taking me back to Batman. He's Batman without a costume. That's exactly who Idris Elba is in Luther. If you like Batman and you like detective stories and you like Sherlock Holmes, you will love Luther. Okay? I can stop the review right there. Watch season 1. Meet me at the end of season 2 after my next video. But I'm telling you, Ruth Wilson is so beautiful. I never would notice a girl like that. She's not my type. I wouldn't marry her. I'm already married, so it don't even matter. But something about that Bart Simpson top lip she got. She look like Bart Simpson, y'all. But she's hot. Oh my God. And fiery. And evil. And she cares for Luther and that's it. She's diabolical. She is a reinvention of the Catwoman. Everything you like and you love about Catwoman, you will find in Ruth Wilson's character. Man, she's crazy. She's psychopathic. And she's brilliant. All at the same time. Ruth Wilson, man. They dyed her hair red. She got a Scarlett Johansson color going on. They put her in a lot of dark clothes. And she's just very particular. And her and Luther are just alike, except one is a criminal and one is a police officer. And the similarities in the way they think. He needs her help. She's actually a lot smarter than him, and he knows it. He can catch her, but he can't prove it. That's how smart she is. So I want to get dark on the dark part, man. So Ruth Wilson, if Ruth, she's not the heart of the show. She's the brains. And I would think Idris Elba is the heart of the show. Now, there's a whole cast of other wonderful people, but I'm only on season 1. You know what I mean? So, I was missing black people, and a few black people popped up, so they hit my mark on that. And I suggest you check this out. Season 2, I'll let you know, but season 1 is blown away. I will be doing spoilers by season 2. Just wanted to check in. So there you have it, man. I'm in love with Ruth Wilson. I'm enchanted by Indira Varma. All the dope actors in this movie are killing it. Idris Elba I'm feeling like he the next Daniel Day-Lewis or somebody, man. Full range. A lot of these shows and these movie roles he's getting are dumbing him down to an action star. But the boy got chops. The show is Luther. It's been running for 5 seasons. So listen, it started in 2010. It is now 2020. They filmed the season last season. It was only 4 episodes, but they're on season 5. So you know a show don't get to season 5 unless it has a strong fan base. And that fan base is mostly in the UK. But if we want to rock with it here in America, I'm down to take the ride with you. This is Sadler's Weigh In. Put your weight on it. Certified.